So now I want to explain the most important things for you to understand when it comes to jumping higher. Now there's multiple things that help you jump higher. There's actually 6 really important factors, okay? You need to know all 6. Number 1 is you need to be getting stronger. Like you increasing your strength essentially increase the capacity of how much higher you could jump if you improve on these other areas. The second area is you need to get technically better at the skill of jumping. Like jumping is a skill, right? So if you can learn to accelerate faster in your approach, have a faster arm drive, better body positions, like jumping is a skill. And if you can get better at the skill of jumping, you can jump a lot higher. The third category is your power output. That's your ability to apply force quickly. So you could get stronger and maybe not jump higher unless we get technically better at jumping and become more powerful. Then the fourth category is improving what's called your stretch shortening cycle. So have you ever watched a volleyball player when they approach and jump, they just get off the ground super quick? Well, that's because they have an efficient stretch shortening cycle. So essentially what happens when your feet hit the ground before you jump, your Achilles tendon lengthens and then it rapidly responds. That response is what actually helps you get off the ground quicker. So that's called your stretch shortening cycle. So that's a trainable quality. You know when you see boxers in movies and they're always doing like skipping? Skipping is actually a tool that's used to help train your stretch shortening cycle. Those boxers are trying to be lighter on your feet. Once again, that's a trainable quality. The fifth category is you need to be healthy. Like there needs to be a long-term focus with your training that I'm trying to build a body better designed for volleyball. And that means a body that can tolerate more of the volleyball stress, which is jumping, landing, heavy arm swings. And then the sixth category is body composition. Now that's your ratio between lean muscle mass to fat mass, or, we all have a more optimal weight range when it comes to jumping higher, right? And so for some athletes, this is going to be more important. For some younger athletes, this is going to be a less important thing. But these are the categories, okay? So now you need to analyze these categories, and in the Vert and Strength program, I help you with this and figure out what categories are you excelling in most and what ones are you not doing as well in. Because say you're an athlete that's really strong and you're not jumping higher and you're doing a lot of strength work, but you're not doing a lot of power work or work to work on your jump technique, maybe that's the reason why you're not jumping higher. Or maybe you're an athlete that does a lot of jump technique training, you do a lot of explosive like quick twitch, stretch shortening cycle training, but you don't do enough strength training, you're weak, right? So it's actually how do you fill up these buckets properly so that you can maximize your results. So if you're someone that's been training a lot and you're not making these big improvements, it's normally a misalignment of these trainable attributes. Now it goes a little bit deeper than this, okay? So we know the 6 things that are critical to help you jump higher, but that actually has to be optimized based on your volleyball schedule. So when volleyball is really busy, you got to understand you're already doing a lot of jumping, right? And if you want to jump higher, do you need to do a lot more jumping? No, you only need to do the most important jumping base exercise, but you need to focus on other areas like your strength and power output. So with the Vert and Strength program, I'm not only personalizing the training for you based on, your development level, your training experience, and kind of where you're at, but I'm also optimizing your training so it complements your volleyball. And this is what's going to help you get a lot greater results over the long term.